Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. It is part 2 of day 1 of Inkmas for my channel. So I'm going to be going over all 24 inks in the Colorverse Colorvent this year. This is a new inkvent. I'm used to the Diamine one, which if you missed part 1, I did the Diamine day 1 today as well. As for supplies, I'm just going to jump straight into this. I feel like I've already introduced enough in that video, but I'm going to be using my A5 sterling ink notebook here, which has the Sanzen Tomoe River paper. I'm going to be using a variety of nib dip pens and then also a swatch card just so we can see the full color range of what these inks may have. And also, yeah, a full page of writing. I think I covered everything. I'm just excited to jump into this. I have not watched any spoiler videos. I have kept this all a secret for myself, and y'all will get my initial first impressions of this beautiful inkvent. I do want to say this is a heavy box. I know the bottles are made of glass. That was something that really attracted me to this Colorvent, honestly. And we'll just kind of go ahead and get started with day 1, which is down here in the corner. Oh, how cool. Okay, so behind the door, there's a little saying. I'm just going to read it. It says, Supergiant is a color inspired by supergiants, which are hot, bright stars. And it looks like the color is called Supergiant. And here we go with the little bottle. It's actually really nicely packaged. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be glistening or anything. It just looks like it's going to be a nice red. But let's go ahead and swatch this baby out. So first impressions, I really actually like the red color. It has a bit of a pink undertone. It's not pure, like true red. And the flow on this is actually really, really nice. I'm interested to see if this dries with any kind of like sheen or shading situation. But overall, I think this is really cool. Also, packaging tip for the Colorverse inkvent, there was no plastic wrap or anything on this. I just unscrewed the bottle and it was totally fine. I'm a little nervous considering I've had this stored with the bottles on their backs. Like I've just had this sitting on a shelf. Hopefully I don't have any leaks. I don't know. I'm kind of anxious now to open the rest of the days, but definitely a lovely, lovely red color. Really, really happy with the saturation of this, but I do want to compare it to some of the other inks in my collection to see if I have anything that's really close to this. Okay, so my card isn't fully dry here, but I think we can still compare just fine. I'm not really seeing anything so far. Also, this is my 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗵𝘁 binder here, which has all of my ink swatches in it. So the papers are different. This is 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗵𝘁 paper, and this is obviously the Colorverse paper. But I'm not seeing anything quite the same yet. Okay, so Diamine Cardinal from the 2022 green inkvent is very similar, but it's slightly more orange. This is definitely a bit more pink. Let's see. The 𝗂𝗵𝘁𝗁𝗁 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗵𝘁 is close in tone, but it does have this wild green sheen, and it does also have shimmer. So not quite the same. I would say it's pretty darn close to 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝘆 red. Even kind of close to Monteverde's Valentine's red. It has that same kind of like pinky undertone. Even this Pannonia Ordogivoros, number 20, is kind of close. I'm actually surprised I don't have anything that's quite the same tone as this. Yeah, I think Valentine's red is probably the closest in terms of the undertone, but actual full-on like duplicate, I think it's gonna have to be 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝘆 red, which is probably the closest out of everything I have. Diamine Classic Red is a bit more like really pink, almost purple undertone, but I think the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝘆 red is the closest thing I have to the Colorverse's Supergiant, which is kind of cool that it's a red that I don't quite have anything like. I'm happy about that. And here is Supergiant in a writing sample. On the top here, I used a Speedball B1 Nib, and then the rest of the writing, I just used my Sailor Hocoro dip pen. I decided this year I'm not going to ink up a bunch of pens with the different inks because it would be over like 50 pens or something like that, which I'm not about to clean all of those. So we're just doing dip pen testing for now. But I will say, writing wise, this wrote beautifully. It was super, super wet, well flowing. I hardly had to re-ink the dip pen, honestly, and it did really, really well in terms of the flow. I think the color is great. I am excited that I don't really have another red quite like this. And I'm really excited to see what comes next with the Colorverse Colorvent. This is a good start, I feel like, to a brand new product that I hope they make for years to come, honestly. I'm hoping that it's going to be great. Stay tuned for the remaining inks for the Colorvent the next 24 days. I will also have a final video where I showcase all of the inks from the Colorvent and give my thoughts and opinions on the, whole package deal as it is, like my thoughts and feelings on it. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.